Hey everybody, this is Steve Housen with LearnFilms.com. This time we're here with a review of a little 7-inch Android tablet. This is a generic one. There's not much info in the box here, a little Droid logo. There's really not any markings, just a picture of the screen. I'll show you how people are identifying this. They're identifying this as the MID706 or the LY-706. So in the box, this is going to be just a quick pseudo unboxing here. Here's the device itself. It's actually not a bad design. It's obviously, you know, they were inspired by the iPad design. It kind of looks like a mini iPad. Some of the ports, it's got this, it's got a power connection, and then it's got a, it looks like an Apple, you know, iPad dock, and you actually can use an iPod cable to connect this device to your machine, and it shows up as a mass storage, and then you can access the SD card, which is stored right here. You can also access some of the internal memory. This is just a screw. It's hard to see on the video, and this is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and then you have two speakers on either side. The only other buttons or ports on this, right here is a little microphone port, a rocker switch for volume, and power. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. In the box itself, you have the power adapter. This is a little device that has two USB ports and actually an Ethernet port. And this guy plugs in to the jack on this thing, so it kind of hangs off, and you can actually use it as a USB host, so you can hook up a USB keyboard, a USB mouse, and then you can also connect the tablet to Ethernet, which is actually a really nice feature. Here's a manual it comes with that has Chinese on one side, English on the other, and somewhere in the box is a stylus, but I'm not even going to bother getting it out because I hate them. So let's go ahead and power this thing on. Get the box out of the way here. And power the tablet on. So there you go. You're greeted with the welcome screen. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in on this guy a little bit here. Get a little closer in there. This is Android 1.6 on this. And if we just hit the little, it looks like the iPod, iPhone, iPad little home button down there. Got something beeping over here. I'm not sure what it is. Sorry about that. So this is the default screen. There's two different versions of the firmware that work with this. There's a 1.9 version of the firmware that does not have the Google apps on it. It has YouTube, but there's no Google Maps, no Gmail, no Google Market, or Android Market. The original shipping firmware, which is 1.7 something, that actually comes with all the Google stuff, all the Market, Maps, all the Google goodness. Right now I have the 1.9 firmware on here because it's a little bit faster, and it does help the screen, the touchscreen performance a little bit. So let's go ahead and run this through some of the paces. You're going to see up along the top, there's no dedicated home button, back button, menu button for this thing. So they do that. It's pretty nice, actually. It's up in the title bar here. So here's the home button. Over here you have volume up and down, even though you have the dedicated buttons over here. And the menu button and the back button. So that's pretty nice because those are accessible from all your Android applications. So it's a good way to get around the hardware buttons. So here's the, you know, your apps list. Some of this stuff I added, like the Slide Me Market, since there's no Android Market on this firmware, I went ahead and added that on there so that I could download some applications. And of course you could side load them by loading the APK onto a SD card, putting that in the machine, and loading them up that way. It does come with a file browser, so regardless of which firmware you use, it comes default with a file browser, so you can get to your SD card stuff this way. It does have an accelerometer Right now I have the unit set to manually switch back and forth between landscape and portrait. It does have an accelerometer that sort of works for switching landscape and portrait, but doesn't work at all in any kind of games. I tried loading a couple of accelerometer games on here, and yeah, it didn't it didn't do anything. I crashed a lot. It does have Wi-Fi also. Let me go ahead and hook up to the network so I can show you how the browser functions. Go into settings. I mean, this is typical Android 1.6. There's not too much customization, if any, here. So it's gonna search for some Wi-Fi networks here. The second it should pick up on my network. There we go, and it's grabbing the IP address. Let me see if I can get that in a little closer. And there we go, we're connected. So we have the little Wi-Fi icon at the top. Again, very typical Android. Let's go back to the home screen here, and I will watch the browser, see how this works. So we're loading Google, and it's not too bad. I mean, this machine is it's $100 or less than $100. You should never spend more than $100 for this machine. So for $100, it's actually not a bad little device. You know, we got Google, and let's see, let's just go to cnet.com. Let's say. One thing that's odd on this unit, when the Wi-Fi is on, the speaker crackles. So you might hear a little crackling in there. Yeah, there it goes. That's pretty bad. But I mean, look at it. This is the mobile site for CNET, but I mean, that loaded up pretty quickly. It's not a bad little browser. You know, it's pretty smooth when scrolling through the page. Not bad at all. Also, you can load the Aldico or Kindle app on here, and it makes an excellent ebook reader. It's really a nice looking screen to read ebooks. So depending on what you want to do with this, you can play your music. It comes with some music apps, video apps. I'm not sure what encoding you need. I tried just a straight MP4 video. I got audio but no video, just a black screen. So I haven't found the correct compression or codec yet that I need to get videos to play on this, but it has a video player, music player, video, photo viewer, YouTube. Let's go ahead and go into YouTube. It's probably one thing that a lot of people will use. It's got this custom YouTube interface. This is a little different than the default Android one, but you know, it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and first, let me see if I can zoom in a little more here. So you can kind of see what's going on. And I'm just going to try to launch one of these guys. See what happens. As you can see, it's still going through the list, so it might not let me kick one of these off until the list finishes. Oh, there we go. There you go. I mean, it's straight off of YouTube on a little sub $100 device. I mean, it's not bad. It's not, you know, you're not going to play a bunch of games on it. A lot of the graphic intensive apps that are coming out for Android now, you're not going to be able to use those on it. But for any of the casual games or just applications, it's a great little device. I do have a suggestion. If you do get one of these, definitely have a task killer on there, because just with a few tasks it uses up a lot of the 256 megs of RAM that's internal to the device, so you're going to be hitting that button a lot to clear out some of the cache. Again, this is referred to as the MID706 or the LY-706, because that's the only branding or model number or anything on this device. It's yeah, you see there's nothing on the back, nothing on the front. But that's it. That's pretty much wraps it up. If you have any questions about this device, I'm going to hang on to it for a little while. So feel free to email me or stop by the site if you want to see any specific videos on this or have any specific questions. Otherwise, visit us at learnfilms.com for more reviews and tutorials and just informational videos. Thanks a lot.